for the dunk.
I think usually what you say, Jeff, is like a team that can make a run, win a game or two. I'm saying Oregon could win the whole thing as the 8th seed.
The bracket is going to be fascinating. Most of the matchups are all squared now. We know Oregon's going to play Indiana, rematch earlier this week. Nice move inside, counted.
In that first half. So let's see if Oregon, especially Jackson Shellstead, see if he can get it going from behind the line.
Shellstead finished with just 2 points in that first half. It was on a layup. Osobar trying to go to work. Makes it a 1-point game. Just part of my game, that's all.
Always been a staple of my game.
Osobar lays it up and in. More press from Oregon. The way that the tempo is right now favors Washington. Osobar underneath amongst the tree. And Nebraska, tough loss today. That's brutal. Not even in the Big Ten tournament now. Iowa secures a spot. Osobar for the lead. Right. Both Bamba and Biddle on the floor with 4 fouls. Diallo dumps it off Osobar. 3 to shoot. Osobar at the right hand. Good.
His first start came in that game at Washington.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the beginning of the coming out party for Wesley Yates. Hasn't looked back since.
There's Osobar out ahead on the pass.
They've been doing it so far tonight. That's why they've had so many quality looks at 3.
Kepnang, that's what he's been doing. That's his 14th block in the last 6 games.
That's what he does. Unfortunately, has missed a ton of time at Washington since he's been there.
Osobar steps through to score.
Guys spend their entire offensive possession trying to avoid contact. He doesn't.
Osobar was guarding Claude there, and he missed the 3. Now Osobar wants the post up because he's got Claude on him.
And this is where he operates, out of that mid post. He gets almost out to the 3-point line. Usually gets to where he wants to go, like that.
That was a lightning, great touch.
Off leg, left shoulder, tough shot. Gets it to go down.
SC's led by as many as 18. Shot clock is off. Iheanacho under 5 seconds. Attacking on Nolan. Gives it up. Osobar tries to draw the foul. He does. He banks it in. And a chance. But sagging off and waiting and waiting. And Claude.
Same thing. Knew he wasn't closing out.
Osobar able to get around Abo for the basket.
You know, next week.
He and Queen, I mean, those are the guys in the top 4 that are starting as freshmen. Osobar got Claude in the air and goes for the float off the glass. Nice shot. He's got 15.
28. Corral back down. Dream shake. Nightmare for
Dream shake. Yeah, he's one of those guys, Paul. He's going to take his time when he gets the ball down there. Not really the most athletic big, but he does a good job of just showing his patience when he gets it.
That could be great, though, for shooters to have a big man who can garner that attention. Maybe some openings on the outside.
For sure.
Osobar can go against Winter. Find some space for the deuce.
Listen. He's been locked in today.
He's got 13 of the 33 for Wisconsin. And this is their largest lead of this first half.
A great drive by Gilmore.
Continues to just find ways to improve each game this season. Just having a spectacular final year here in Madison. Diallo has to kick. Osobar's going to have to hoist. Puts it up. Banks it home.
Hey, listen, I don't know if the bank.
Blackwell, corner, off the screen. Blackwell turns the corner, stripped. Osobar ahead of the pack. Has the cookies and the milk.
Okay, big. Shown to display on the offhand. Left-hand touch, little English off the glass. He's had some really nice plays down low tonight.
Osobar, the response.
Got a bad taste in their mouth and hungry for a win. Osobar in tight, denied by Traore, but he sticks with it and through single coverage right now. It's been a month long. Yeah, this isn't just a few games here. Sanford can't answer. Well, that's the big key for Washington with Osobar able to do this. Can Mason and Harris hit some shots?
I just think the three-point line in general, it's huge for Dix and Sanford for Iowa, and then with Osobar's ability to back down, here comes a double team.
And Osobar got in tight again.
Force Kingsbury to have to make a play.
Osobar drew the help, got his own through the trees, and got going again.
Those random flares off of penetration.
Into the book from 3 for the first time today for Brock Harding. Washington sees their lead go to 7. As Osobar fights in through a double team. Before his 17 in the first half.
But I also thought at the end of that half, Iowa was on the double teams with Osobar quickly.
And Osobar gets an early touch against Dembele, and right.
It's always fascinating to see what opposing coaches do with him. Looks like Somerville is going to play him straight up, at least to start. Of Harper, wide shoulders, good positional size. I mentioned. You can see why it's assumed he's going to be at worst a top 5 pick in the spring draft.
Mace Bailey viewed as a lock top 2 pick. Osobar scores and he gets that rebound. And Yannick Harper told us, he just kept telling him, keep fighting, keep fighting.
Well, you and I were here for that Purdue UW game, and right on cue he shoots one. He went 5 for 5 from behind the three-point line. He's only made 1 since.
In 15 tries, so he takes it back inside the same game.
Yeah. And I think that got disrupted when Bailey picked up that early second, but it's tough to do. I mentioned that earlier, but sometimes you go in the locker room, you come out, you kind of got a clean slate if you don't pick up that 3rd foul. So hopefully that's the case for Bailey and Rutgers.
Osobar, nice finish.
Forever to fill out all these teams.
We have a lot of outlets for content, Don. We need content. Zoom Diallo, whoa. 9-8 for Somerville.
Just thinking a player of Harper's IQ, did he know that Breidenbach was in the RA? That's why he continued on with that play instead of pulling up. I mean, he might be that smart.
How could you see all that at once?
Guys like Harper process very fast.
Osobar,
The initial defender and getting wherever he wants to go on the court. That's what happens.
feels like next miss loses. Made shot after made shot. And Osobar keeps it rolling.
And as you talked about, Jason, they've struggled here with injury, with illness, trying to figure it out, piece it together. They've got a nice start this afternoon.
Run the double at Osobar, what Ohio State did a lot. The lob inside, and he laid it softly off the glass. Out points.
Yeah, and good recognition that time.
He taps it in himself.
A lot of damage from behind the arc, but here he starts inside.
And that was great poise that he just showed. Allowed his defender just to fly by. He didn't rush anything, got right to the rim.
There's Osobar driving inside, and he went right at Aaron. Iron rebounded by Iheanacho. Washington needs some points.
Washington also needs to handle the basketball a little bit better, Kevin. They're not bad from the field. 62% right now, but got to get them up.
That'll help.
Yes, it will.
Osobar just...
There's something in the shoes tonight because they are letting it fly early and often from deep.
Another pitch for Stephen Bardo's new show on the Big Ten Network, Shoe Talk. Osobar weaving to the rim. That's where he's dangerous away, and Mobley has 14 tonight.
They can't get with those live ball turnovers, though.
There's Osobar challenging Bradshaw, and Bradshaw with the block.
5th most threes made in program history.
Still got a long way to go to catch first Craig Moore, but a long list of great Wildcats, including John Sherna, Boo Buie, and others. But look for a heavy dose of that from the Wildcats. Ty Berry coming off screens, as well as the obvious with Nick Martinelli in the isolation.
Osobar all the way to the rim, uncontested for 2.
Through the first part of this first half, 2 rebounds. He's a great rebounder, had 7 the other day against USC.
Osobar kind of bullies his way to the rim. He wants a foul. The game for Northwestern. Clayton off the mark. Davis thinking about it for a second. Puts on the brakes. Osobar back to the basket with the right hand.
That's what he did. It's his shot. It's when he's got to go. He's found his rhythm here in the middle of the season. Struggled against USC, 2 of 8. Really playing at a high level. 67% of his shots are three-point shots.
Mason feeds Osobar, kind of a tough angle. You can count it. He's fouled and a chance.
A little bit quicker, but Jordan Clayton heads up play to bail him out. And a dime. And again, that's what Nicholson got with Boo Boo. He might see a resurgence here.
1-point game, under 7 to play. A little juke. Osobar with the finger roll. Davis with a skip pass. Osobar tucks it. Short. Put back in. Counted. A chance for 3.
Justin Mullins was beat. Just couldn't come up with the ball.
Osobar steps through and counted for 2. He's on the road. Whiteboard penetrates, trying to get past Diallo. Tough angle. Osobar bringing it across. Crossover, and it's a gentle right hand.
Against Oregon, he was the one that made the big difference. And when your star players play well, it always helps.
Into the corner for Harris, who hunts the baseline, gets cut off.
Again, Washington's going to want to keep that ball in the middle. It's tough when you go against Nebraska on the side.
Well, they have just been flawless. Making its way back into this one, 33-26. All it took was the Huskies missing a few shots as right on cue play. Osobar to the rim. Williams lost it, recovered. Just kind of chucks it up there. Is this a difference of just simply defense for Nebraska, better defense, or just cold shooting, or do those two go hand in hand?
I think a little bit of both. The thing I noticed right away, too much dribbling. There have been a lot of possessions where Washington has just dribbled the basketball. First half, you saw it. They kept skipping it, moving it.
Well, they've used a lot of shot clock. Many possessions in the second half as Osobar gets another bucket.
They got some great opportunities and some good momentum.
Osobar with a clear lane.
It's a problem for anybody, but great Osobar, not the quickest laterally. Might have trouble with that today. He's going to have to work.
Turnovers have been an issue for the Huskies. Turned it over 14 times, and now Osobar says, you know what?
I know out Washington, but they missed an opportunity to attack early. Makai Mason says, don't worry about it.
And now a turnover. Here's Osobar, the open floor with a two-hand dunk. And Washington.
Femi Odekale, excuse me.
Resume Diallo in the paint off the glass. No, the tip for Osobar.
Sit out. And those are the shots that Mike Mitchell needs to get off the catch. Feet set underneath you. Those are like layups for him.
And missed his first 3 threes. And there is Osobar with the left hand. Diallo crosses over Garcia. Wild shot, but there with the tip. The left hand for Osobar. Yes!
Too easy right there, Trent. Wide open 3 in transition. That's the first thing you're taught. You got to stop the ball. Nobody stopped the ball, and when the guy did go over to Dylan Andrews, nobody was on Clark in the corner.
Sky Clark has averaged 12 points a game over the last 2. Not bad for a player that during the 4-game losing streak was only giving the Bruins about 5.5 points a game. So his production has led to some team success as Osobar with some fancy football at UCLA.
Yeah, that's what they hang their hat on, toughness and defense.
There's Bilodeau, turnaround jumpers miss. Great going after the loose ball as Bilodeau goes down. He's in some pain. Osobar to the bucket store. On the break, huge flush. Daly Jr., my goodness.
Outstanding bounce pass by Sky Clark. Just spoon feeding Daly with the left-handed throw down, like you used to do back in the day, I heard, Trent. She had hops like that,
Yeah,
baby.
I can jump over a stack of quarters as long as there's not more than 2 or 3 of them. Not all of us have to have NJ come in and play defense on him. It's great. Mara.
Nice job by Frank Kaplan. That's
Keeping
the difference.
shot clock. Yeah, that's a miss by Daly.
That's what he brings to the table, Trent. He's the presence down there.
Oh, wow. Up to Osobar. I realize they've lost 7 in a row. They did beat Maryland, but, man, they have played a gauntlet of a schedule in the month of January. There's Osobar by Mara to the bucket.
That's the match
this year in the Pacific and Mountain time zones, but they have not gotten a win in the East or Central time zones, and obviously now in the Big Ten. What's going to happen? They're still going to make 2 more trips away from the West Coast.
Yeah, I heard Mick Cronin talk about when he took the job, he looked at their record headed east because it's just tough going east to play with the time change.
Deep in the shot.
Schedule has been 5 straight ranked opponents and another turnover.
Good activity early Washington defense. I feel like you and I have been at the last 2 games. We've been saying the same thing. Good energy, good activity on the selling fouls. Didn't get the foul call that time.
Whoa. They may need creating just enough space for a second field goal.
It's the first time he's been in the lane tonight, I think. Off of any action, ball screen, dribble handoff, anything.
There have been 7 combined threes in this game. And a ton of paint points. Osobar with 2 more. Evans.
Got to go up stronger than that, Evans. Oh, and he dunked that.
Here's Osobar. And he's had a
See if Oregon comes after Washington here with the press.
They do. Initially, and now it burns off. Under 6. Back to Osobar. Supreme Cook anchoring low, and Osobar scores in. Straight up, and Cook puts it in.
Allows Oregon to get into their press.
This is the largest lead of the game for the Ducks at 6.
Still plenty of time for UW.
Osobar without Biddle on the floor, trying to get in on Supreme Cook, and he does. And great. Heidi in off the bench. Here's Colvin free. And the rebound to Louis Courtright.
Well, that's the other thing Washington has improved in as the season's gone on is their rebounding. They didn't start the year rebounding it at all. But the reason they beat Maryland and almost took down Illinois was how good they were on the glass.
And that's good.
That's very good.
That's taken away by Makai Mason.
So what it allows him to do is create better angles to throw passes, release points on stuff in the lane or higher.
Osobar forces his way in.
That double a little more. Get Purdue into rotation. Guy, we need to get your stat guy on this. Has Purdue gone a half this year without making a 3? I doubt it.
Osobar, has he hit 2? Washington has not made made 1 field goal in the second half.
Beckway in the game for the first time tonight for UW.
At 6'10", so a bigger lineup. Although Breitenbach is getting the rest with 2 fouls. Same height as Breitenbach, but different type of player. Osobar, wow. He can do over a week ago last Tuesday. The Kaufman-Wren continues what has been a very strong game for him. A lot in the second half. If Beckway stays in the game, it looks like maybe
to guard him.
The point, yeah, to keep Osobar away from.
Yeah, because if Osobar stayed on, he gets loose for the dunk. Good back.
Denied by Heidi. Jakari Harris, and he lost that ball under the defense of Iannaccio.
Harris trying to take on 2 defenders. Time and score there. You got a 14-point lead. Maybe best to back that one out.
Osobar, his 3rd.
Washington covered it up, stayed in the air, and hit that floater. That was a really tough shot he just made.
You're saying he decided halfway through?
He did.
Osobar trying to match his season total, and he does. Wow. Smith hits the basket, and he's got 17. Michigan State got tested by Penn State. They won the game. They stay unbeaten at 6-0. Michigan's going to be at Minnesota tomorrow. Osobar
this afternoon. See some immediate pressure. And back out of it.
Washington in the midst of an entire Michigan road trip. Lost to Michigan State last time out. Had just 13 points in the first half. Osobar goes right at Golden and makes the shot.
That's exciting.
And stripped away. Osobar creates the turnover. Osobar trying to go coast to coast and does.
Yes, such
back on the floor. Trying to get inside now. Good ball fake. Down low, Osobar goes right to the rim and jams it. Donaldson with the right hand for two.
Well, I didn't know Trey Donaldson would fit in this well at Michigan, coming over from Auburn. Not only an elite three-point shooter, but he's been able to attack the rim. He's really good in that pick-and-roll action. And 5 straight double-figure games, 20 points against UCLA with those 6 threes, but they were critical ones, and what a big shot. This last 16 from the floor, he's already 4 out of 5 from the field. That's what he's got to do if they have a chance to stick around.
He's got 9, goes right to the rim again, and then gets
on him, and he was able to split all 3 of them. He just didn't finish, but he might have taken a shot to the head right there.
Osobar wanted his man to cut, didn't do it.
He's got to get inside, right? This is exactly where Michigan's defense wants him.
Here he goes, going to work. Osobar, left hand.
Michigan, you're going to pay the price for that decision.
Burnett's got 10 to lead the Wolverines. He's perfect from the floor. Backdoor pass. Court right down low. Osobar inside. He knows Golden's got to be.
Has just been carved up. And when you have passers like the 7-footers from Michigan, they can find those shooters.
Osobar going to work. That is his first shot attempt at Golden. I mean, he is just so gifted around the rim. And early on in the season, he was having a tough time with those short-range shots. Not anymore.
Well, it's coaching, right? You get in the gym with the guy. He works hard. He believes in the system. I got you, but right now, just no mercy on the road.
Diallo with the left hand couldn't finish. Tapped in by Osobar.
And especially on the road. So, yeah, they may not end up winning this game if they do, Illinois, by like how we've seen. But it doesn't matter. A win is a win is a win at this point of the season. Trying to get Osobar started here in the second half. 2 possessions in a row. Scores on that. The awareness of Yakachonis where Boswell was, and then Boswell, the intelligence to catch it in the air and finish it. He brings that down. He may not finish it or have to go to the line to get the points.
Davis, Osobar, and he scores. Some plays today that are designed to go longer into the shot clock. Breidenbach to miss. Here's great Osobar put back.
And it's working so far. I mean, they're down 3, but we've said it a couple times. Maryland has the ability to jump people and blow them out in the first 10 minutes.
20 different times this year. Maryland's gone on a 10-0 run or more, and that is just the lean back in there with the 2 personals. Spins to his left hand.
Tough shot. Good defense by Breidenbach, sorry.
Mason draws 2.
That's what they were talking about in shoot-around, trying to get Breidenbach spaced out on the perimeter and throwing it back to him once they got 2 feet in the paint.
Ooh, against Queen. He did not want to go to work. Oh, man, there's laundry on the deck right now. Breidenbach fell down, and Harris Smith put it home.
Another guy coming off the bench and having an impact. 6 quick points for Harris Smith. You weren't expecting that if you were Danny Sprinkle in Washington before the game started.
Turnaround, hook shot.
They've been given opportunities, and they've stepped up, both of them.
Coming up, stick around for the halftime show presented by State Farm with Dave Revson, Rayfeld Davis, and Andy Katz. Break down this first half.
I like that. Pocket pass from Rice, turning the corner. And Reese, knowing it's coming, gets his feet set and down. And knocks down. That shot's not easy. He just made 10, 12-footer right off the catch. He's got good touch, Reese.
Huskies trying to make it to this under 16 media timeout. Osobar slashing in. 1 for 2 for Reese to make it a 2-point game.
Maryland's going to have to rely on their defense to dig this one out if they are. Get stops without putting Washington on the foul line.
Maryland zone right now. Osobar in on Reese. He throws it in with the left. Oh, Geronimo from the ceiling.
Great play design, great execution. Geronimo way up in the air to finish that one.
Quiet as you would expect the crowd with a 2-point lead. With a minute 10 to go after that.
Yellow looking to get his own.
In a little trouble. Nice drop off. Osobar, what an answer.
The point, sophomore from Montclair, New Jersey. Gets it back, looks for the screen. Levi Lawal taken away. The steal by Makai Mason. Up to Osobar. And one with the finish. Mason with the double now. Looks for help. 5 on the shot clock. Jordan Rogers, the start today. Bigger lineup for Grant Billmeyer without Tariq Francis. The miss, and here come the Huskies.
That's a big blow for the Highlanders without Tariq Francis. 18.5 points a game. As we see Osobar with that left hand, he's really good.
In traffic, Fulton, tough shot. Nice catch initially, too, to get it.
Yeah, this young man has been one of the bright spots for the Highlanders so far. He's having his way offensively.
Butler, swing it. Inside, great ball movement to the left hand. That was nice.
Well, you see if they're aware of that.
Right in front of the bench, you would think so. Iheanacho. Osobar has got to let it go beyond the arc and gets it to go.
As we see, Washington is content just to come down and run their stuff. Take as much time off the shot clock as they can.
Portwright, who's gotten significant minutes today, too. He hasn't recently. Not going to come up and guard him. Take the
minutes to play. They got a chance to turn things around.
With the ball in Osobar's hands. Trying to shake and fake and lean and score. Coming off a season-high 21. DJ Davis. Williamson can't answer.
Washington has a chance to get a little bit of momentum right here. And one-on-one for great Osobar. Yeah.
Stepping through, what a move.
One guy can't guard him, AJ, I'm telling you.
Better the last couple of games. Osobar had that stretch 3 straight games with 4 turnovers or more. The last 2 games, he was limited to just 2 turnovers, and they'll take that given how much he has the ball. But turns it over there.
They're going to send help, so somebody has the space to be ready to knock down the jumper. Yeah. One-on-one, AJ, I'm telling you.
By Washington. With, I believe it's actually 19 straight wins in the series. Seattle U has been within 8 points in 4 of the last 7 meetings, and Seattle U has led at halftime in 3 straight matchups. Of course, last year went to double overtime between these 2 teams as Osobar finishes with the left hand. It's an elite prep. Malik Goma. Louis Courtright has come in. He's not played the last couple of games for the Dogs as the hits him. Now it is Christophilus in rhythm off the curl.
That's his shot right there. I don't think Coach Victor is upset at all about that shot. It's a good look for him.
13 points with 5 minutes to go. The margin in this game. One-on-one. Osobar against Huron Dan.
That's too easy.
Just bullied him. Right now going to Zoom Diallo. Now Osobar. That power spin move.
It's a nice move, but he's wide for Washington. Well, that wasn't the play right there, but great Osobar is getting a lot of attention, so guys are going to have to knock down some perimeter shots so he can at least do this and go one-on-one with his own guy.
Spin cycle from Osobar.
He's a smart player.
They get it right to him, and it pays off, and he's got a flip.
Good heads on defense by great Osobar.
Harris picked that easily. Ahead to Osobar. Euro step, and this, they count. From the wing, a 3, and it rattles out. They have not been able to get the 3 ball to fall. Harris comes up with a loose ball. Davis to Mason.
Osobar thought about it.
Osobar tries to spin his way to the rim. He does, and he finishes. Osobar with a little shimmy. Gets the miss and puts it back.
But that's what smart basketball by Washington. Don't be in a hurry.
Harris puts up a three. He's knocked down 3 of them tonight. Osobar is fouled.
I'm not sure what's going on with his legs. That's like his 6th missed dunk in the last 2
I don't think he's going to miss this one.
Me either. And I think he needs...
Lost by over 20 points against USC. After the game, you don't hear a lot of coaches say this, but Danny Sprinkle said that the effort was not there. And so he puts in his younger guys today looking for more effort as Osobar forces it in.
Work on this out-of-bounds play yesterday in practice, AJ. Let's see if they can get a good look.
Osobar comes out to help Davis. He rolls, he spins. There's no whistle there, just a no call, and Osobar finished. One of the worst shooting teams really in the country this year so far is 4 for 8 in the first half. That's encouraging.
Yeah, they've had a good start here in the first half with the 3-ball.
Good steal, Osobar for 2.
Yeah, it'll be tough to block that jump hook.
He won the 2023 state title with Brandon Roy and Garfield High School here in Seattle. Osobar twirls in and answers.
Yeah, Osobar's a little... Not that one. And said, not today, baby.
Also had Cook draped all over him as well. The defense by the Eagles there. Now Osobar going baseline with authority.
All right, big fella. He's got a lot of confidence.
With his 3rd steal, Eldridge.
Zoom, baby.
Osobar gets a step, flips it high up and in.
Great Osobar starts at Montana State in the Big Sky, and now he's in the Big Ten doing his thing. So some good things about the transfer portal as well.
St. Thomas is the perimeter shooting. Dalton Connect is a really, really good 3-point shooter, and I think Thomas is serviceable from the 3-point line, but not nearly the shooter that Connect was and is.
A good feed by Diallo downstairs and a little bit. Good to see him back up on his feet. Courtwright played just 5 minutes earlier in the week against UCLA. A much more extended run tonight. Osobar able to kiss it off the glass. 14 points for Yates.
It's tough because you felt like that could have been a momentum play for Washington. They got a turnover. They had numbers going the other way, but Yates stays with it. He gets USC 2 right back.
3rd time this year with 14 points. Courtwright to feed. Osobar able to roll it battle through.
Team on the floor that deserves it and has a team that can basically earn that. And when that happens, this will be one of the toughest home courts in the Big Ten.
Yeah, the early days of Mike Hopkins, as there's a little chip shot that goes in.
Coming off just his 2nd losing season ever and has completely changed his roster. Total overhaul.
That was great. Osobar gets a wide open dunk, and that ball's got to go into Philadelphia. He was open in the post.
Andrews pull up, no.
Your best player is posted up on the block where he's most likely a bucket. He's got to get the ball every time.
Osobar and Mora. The help comes now, Harris. Osobar trying to battle down the 7-3, Mora
And how did that 3-point shot come about? With a post touch. You go inside out, and those threes become so much easier and more efficient.
Bruins 13-point lead, the biggest of the night for now. It's no secret. Mick Cronin likes layups. It's not a secret. Stefanovic, right elbow two's missed. Osobar gets the rebound.
The UCLA only comes in averaging 20 3-point attempts a game. It's amongst the lowest of any Big Ten team. As awesome.
Broncos with the early 3-2 lead off the bounce. Courtwright doesn't connect, but there's great.
Wellness here with all the spas and the activities that we're having. A lot of people are moving to the destination. They're realizing what you're seeing, and it's just it's a place where you get that relaxation and that vibe that you can't find anywhere else.
CEO Scott White with us here. I know you were instrumental in launching this event a couple of seasons ago, both with Acrisure and Dan Shell as coming into this one. A little more than 4 minutes to go. Oh, a tough take denied at the rim.
I like that two-player action.
Davis bouncing. Another pass. Great with the finish. Beautiful ball movement by.
Get a dribble drive to that free throw line area. I call it the nail that's right in the middle at the basket line. Or get it to the high post player, which they did. It softened up the defense.
And then Osobar. Basketball. 5 on the floor for UW. Osobar, Iheanacho, Harris, Diallo, and Courtwright. Harris, after 24 huge points yesterday, still has yet to put his name in the box score today. Great. Oh, nice step through.
What you want, right? You have to take dark, purposeful cuts on that weak side to make things happen and beat the defender to the spot.
Osobar, bully ball, and gets the roll. Start conference play earlier than they're used to. They usually start in January, but now that they're a member of the Big Ten, conference play will start December 3rd at UCLA.
Send them long. Go ahead.
Osobar, the exclamation point. As they'll have the final possession if they desire here to end this first half of play.
Let's see if they can get a nice high ball screen, try to get the ball in the hands of Osobar on the interior to try to create some interior presence and productivity on the offensive end.
UW trying to beat Colorado State for the first time in 4 tries. That'll help. Osobar, and that's a splash.
Yeah, that screen assists, you got to give that to Clifford, and now tempo control.
So UW has the ball and the lead. Scoring has been tough to come by here in the second half of our doubleheader. In the spin cycle is great, and one possession game. The lead is just 2. Osobar. And it's a 1-point game just like that. Jalen Lake. And one opportunity is
on Utah State. Their only close game came against an NAIA program, Xavier University of Louisiana. Huskies with a 2-on-1. Diallo back to Osobar for the... Cornelius, the blow-by, tapped away. Butler ahead for Osobar. Rips to the right and scores. Washington pulls it away. Davis into the corner. Iheanacho for 3. Harris battles and secures the rebound. Inside Osobar and one.
Long and tall, and I think the Huskies just need to take their time and go up and finish.
And Danny Sprinkle said after Washington's loss to Nevada that they're getting good looks. A lot of the shots just aren't falling. Great Osobar. Somerville, step back, too strong. Long outlet for Osobar. Leaves no doubt. Set with 10 on the shot clock. Osobar goes to work. Rebound for Breidenbach. Little shovel pass. And one for Osobar. And the Riverhawks retake the lead.
And as tough of a shot as that looks like, he's a lefty and he's comfortable kind of getting to that left hand there. And really nice finish. And
so it stays a 2-point game. Couple of 2-1 teams trying to add a key non-conference victory. Osobar inside, easy deuce.
In there, you got to find a way to get him the ball with the defense on his back, or he'll just get it himself with the offensive rebound and go to work.
He's got a double-double, and now he's got 20. Somerville off the screen, pulls the 3. Harris brings in the rebound. Davis chucks it up court. Osobar, the exclamation point. The game here, they would have gone 8 days without a real contest, and Sprinkle said they need competition at this point of the season to get better. Solid defense from Iheanacho on the drive from Mason Landeck. Now Mason. Huskies trying to improve to 2-1 to start the season. Davis, Eurostep, finds Breidenbach. Just 6 to shoot. Osobar down low. Hard to stop him there. And he's done a fantastic job guarding great Osobar. Osobar tries to back him down to start the second half. Gets a second crack at it and capitalizes. Osobar with 10 points to lead all scorers. He knocks it away here. Osobar against Evans and one. Rumble. Nacho has space here, but he slings it cross court. Mason for three. Rattles out. Osobar an offensive rebound. Muscles it up for two. He only had 4 returning letter winners, so he went out and found 8 transfers. Had a pretty good freshman class coming in as well, and had to work to make sure that they still wanted to be Huskies. It's not always guaranteed when coaches change. Osobar, the reverse.
Came from Pullman as well, Eldridge.
It just goes to show you how times have changed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
1 out of 2 trip, and so a 2-score game again. Washington at one point was up by 10. Now up by 6 over UC Davis out of the Big West.
The full court pressure. It looked like they're just trying to slow the pace down for you, Dub. They're back in that zone.
Osobar right in the middle of that zone, showing off the footwork.
He's got beautiful.
But he's going to make other players better. He's going to elevate everyone else. Tamba, a pull-up jumper, short.
He had the wide open 3, but he turned it down. Ended up taking a contested shot and missed it.
Carving out space. Osobar off to
a real low likely chance of picking up that 4th foul. That's nice right there.
Diallo doesn't quite get the roll, but Osobar tipped.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Johnson off the short rim. Washington just down by 5 now. A chance to tie or take the lead.
They're looking for Osobar there. Uses his body.
He ties it.
He knows how to score.